When you're roaming the floors of the Consumer Electronics Show 2009 in Las Vegas, you run into a lot of people. Some you know from other towns, some you know from maybe you do business together. Others you know, they're celebrities. And we're here with Jonathan Wendel, Fatal1ty. He is a celebrity in his own right, and many gamers agree. How you doing?
Good, how you doing, man?
You know, Slick is not a gamer.
I'm not a gamer, but you can teach me. You can teach me how to game. You can teach me, give me an example of a game that I should get started on, maybe, to get me into more gaming.
Well, first I would start playing, you can start with Quake or Call of Duty. I mean, any of these games are good to play. You just got to play them and see how well you perform. But then you just got to practice, you know.
Is that how you started with Quake? And
I started with Wolfenstein 3D, which is a first-person shooter game. And my first game was like a Microsoft Flight Simulator when I was like 4 years old. But eventually I evolved to FPS games because they're a lot of fun. And I played Doom, Doom 2, Quake, all those type of games, and just played a lot. And the thing is, you really got to stick to it because it's almost like an instrument where you literally have to learn how to be very good with the mouse and keyboard at the same time. And that just takes practice. You got to be able to practice and put those hours in. And if you practice about 2 hours a day, you'll be on your way.
You know, I got to ask though, when you first started playing Wolfenstein, did you used to play until you got nauseous?
Oh, I never got nauseous. You know, I never seemed to have the effect of like being dizzy or anything. I always felt like I was really in the game. And that's just one thing. It's just amazing to think that, like, in a virtual world, you know, I'm really good at killing people. You know, it's really weird, but it's like, you know, if you put Rampage in a ring with the guy in UFC, I mean, he knows what he's doing in there too. You know, so that's how it is.
Now, are you one of those guys that every new title that comes out, you really got to see, like Call of Duty 5 and Dead Space and some of these other ones?
I play pretty much all the games, but I mainly want to stick to competitive games. I want to compete against you. You know, I don't want to compete against the computer so much because you can always break down a computer. You know, so me like fragging you is really fun for me. So.
Well, you know, and it's good to do it on the right gear, and that's kind of, you know, you put your name behind some of these products that really help the gamer and make it a more realistic environment.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like, we're trying to increase the gaming experience for the gamer to actually experience, you know, a more fun, fulfilled game and to make it more realistic. So when you hear, like, when you're at the front kitchen in your house and you hear someone walk through the front door, you know exactly where they're coming from. You know, you can hear that noise. So in the game, we create the same thing, even with the reverbs. Like, you know, if someone's yelling from the kitchen and the kitchen sounds a certain way, you're going to hear that sound throughout the house, or like the bathroom, you know, for example. So we're trying to increase that in that way for the gamers to really increase their game. And through the headphones and everything, it takes your game to the next level. I mean, I've won a lot of money playing video games, and I have to attribute a lot of it to sound. Because my last tournament I won was 150 grand, and that was a big tournament for me. And I'm telling you, I got one kill, I went to the middle of the map, stood there, listened to the sound, and got maybe 3 or 4 or 5 more kills because of sound. So sound really makes a big difference, not only in your experience of hearing sound, but also in competing and knowing where your opponent is.
Well, it seems like so much focus has been on graphics that, Creative Labs has, been pushing out the sound and just tweaking it, making it better. The new XFI Titanium, the card looks different as well.
Yeah, I mean, on all of our X5 products, we're trying to create it so there's a processor on the actual sound card. So what this does is it takes the load off of your CPU and puts it on the sound card. This will increase your CPU performance by up to like 42%. So what that allows you to do is run higher graphics, not only graphics, but create better frame rates so you can see your opponent a lot easier. You're able to get more frames in there. So it's almost an easier way of shooting. Instead of seeing like a chop, you see a smooth. So it really helps a lot in the game to give you that experience to play at the highest level.
Well, this also means that somebody doesn't have to go out and invest in a brand new rig. They can really upgrade their rig quite successfully with adding this type of device.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's really the hardest pitch we have is, like, people think, oh, you need to buy a new CPU or you need to buy a new graphic card to help your computer run faster. Sometimes it could be just the sound that you need to upgrade as well. So you're going to notice a big improvement on your computer overall, but also the sound is ridiculous. I mean, if you had a chance to do one of our tests and hear like the helicopter going around your head, you really think there's a helicopter going around your head. It's amazing.
It's almost like surround sound in your head.
Yeah, we have a thing called CMSS 3D headphone expander, and it really expands the sound. So the sound's not on your ears, it's more spread out. So you really feel like you're in a 3D environment.
So even somebody like Slick with the hair, it wouldn't detract to the sound?
Yeah, because I'm not really big into like gamers audio, but I am into hi-fi, high quality audio. Studio type audio. So this is on the same par, in general?
I would think so. I mean, I would like to see you in my headphones, actually. I don't know how they get around.
I'll give it a try. Come on, I'm ready to take on anything.
You're going to be peeling stuff out of the ear cup.
I'll play you one hand.
You're doing something very cool here too at CES. You're actually playing against people who want to challenge you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all for entertainment. You know, if he wants to play me, you want to play me. If you want to play me, come here and play me. I'm ready. Taking all comers, we spin a wheel, give you a little handicap, 2-on-1, bring it.
Now, if our listeners want to keep up with what you're doing gaming, we're hoping that the gaming leagues kind of get larger here in the United States. How do they do that?
Well, you're talking about the gamers getting more in the gaming scene.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first thing you do is participate in the local tournaments in your area, dominate those, and then you find out about the bigger tournaments that are offering the big cash money. A lot of times there's a big tournament in Kentucky called Land War. There's some tournaments on the West Coast, and then QuakeCon's a big event down in Dallas, Texas. BlizzCon is also on the West Coast. You have a lot of different events, so it all depends on what game you play and what event you want to go to. But definitely dominate in your local area. And if anything, dude, it's just like back in the day, man, when people used to go to concerts and just travel all across the U.S. to go to a big concert, like, whatever it is. That's what QuakeCon and BlizzCon are about, having these big conventions where people get together. And I'm telling you, QuakeCon is like a concert in itself, man. That place, you have your cooler of, your drinks and stuff over here, you have your computer here, and you have all your friends around you, and it's just a huge party for like 4 or 5 days, and it's free.
All right, I got to ask this question. Do you ever go on to some multiplayer sites, say it's you, and you dominate, and just kind of chuckle a little?
Well, I've used my name a lot. I mean, I would say use my name online a lot, but
there are others that try to use it too.
Yeah, and it's just it kind of sucks because I go on servers all the time now, and I'll be dominating the server, but no one believes it's me, never. And it's just like, man, like this really sucks. And but it's like people say that, and I'm beating them by like 200 something frags, and I'm just destroying the whole server, right? And they're like, no ASU, no ASU, it's not Fatal1ty. I'm like, it's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Fatal1ty would kill me. So so this guy Fatal1ty, it's like it's so hard to prove that you are who you are. Yeah.
But you got the right equipment. It surely helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Good deal. Awesome, Jonathan Wendel, Fatal1ty. Thanks for talking to us, man. It's great stuff.
All right, thank you very much.
Can you give me some tips on Call of Duty 4?
Oh yeah.
MP. All right, good. I'm going to be coming after you. It's Andy Taylor from Tech Talk Radio.